Hey man, how's it going? Oh, good, yeah. Well, you know, I wanted to call you. I haven't really been to Lexington in a couple years, and I wanted to know, you know, it's kind of busy down here and getting around. There's a lot of traffic. I want to know if you could help me out for the day getting around. Okay, great. Okay, I'll be right there to get you. Thanks. All right, bye-bye. Okay, thanks. Oh, hey man, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Wendy? How's everything?
Oh, thanks for coming to hang with me today.
You got it.
Showing me around Lexington.
I'm your man.
This is like your stomping ground, right?
Oh yeah. If anybody needs directions around Lexington, I'm your guy.
All right, great. So when you come back in town, like for the Grand Circuit, right? It's always nice to be home.
You know, when I got the opportunity to start coming to Lexington, I jumped right on it just because, you know, for the nostalgia
Which way should we
factor. Left.
You want to go left? Okay.
Yeah.
I need some music and I need some coffee.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get.
We want to go that way.
Yeah, we need to go that way.
Well, I graduated college now in 2000, so.
Just yesterday.
God, I mean, I go out and I feel like it was yesterday,
Yeah.
but then I look back on it and the traffic around here now is unbelievable. I mean, you pull out of the Red Mile
They got
when
a lot of population down here in Lexington. They do.
it takes to come to this road or to that road over there. It's 10 minutes to get through the light.
I don't know. I think we need to start the day off like this.
That's my jam. This is for the ice cold Michelle, fight for that white gold. This one's for them good girls, straight masterpieces. Smiling, living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on, my Saint Laurent, gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot damn. And my band about that money, break it down. Girl sent you hallelujah. Ooh, girl sent you hallelujah. Ooh.
So we're gonna go to Starbucks. Corey.
Cool.
What's your drink at Starbucks?
I just get coffee, just
Coffee.
yeah, just black coffee.
Just black coffee.
Yeah. Like I did this diet one time called the Whole 30.
Okay.
So like you couldn't have any sugar, and like
So
I just
that's a good conversation. So talk about like the diet of a driver. Like what is it like? Do you have to watch?
yeah. I mean you try to. I'd be really good if I didn't like beer so much. That's my problem.
What's your beer of choice?
I like IPAs. Like Sweetwater 420 is my favorite.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
What do you look most forward to when you come back to Lexington?
But I still have people that like contact me. Like my old hockey coach, he works here in Lexington. He actually works for the print company that does all the sales catalogs.
Grande Pike Black. That's it, I think. Do you need any pastries?
No, I'm good.
Hey, Schon, how are you? Hey, do you know Corey Callahan?
I don't. How are you?
Good, man. How about you?
He's kind of a big deal from down here.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
He said we had to come through here and get Starbucks, and you know, but I didn't know if you knew him. He's kind of a big
Need
deal.
some fuel for the fire, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you do? What happened?
What do you do, Corey?
I race across the street here at Red Mile Racetrack.
He's a driver, like a driver. Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah.
Like legit.
Yeah.
I've lived in Lexington my entire life, and I'm 24 years old. Tuesday was my birthday. And
Happy
I've
birthday!
literally
High
never
five.
been to Cain.
Oh.
Could I bet on you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, just look for the CC,
The CC?
on my colors
Yeah,
right here.
green and white.
All right.
All right, John. Well, have a good day. Thanks.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Good luck.
All right, thanks, my man.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I was just waiting for him to be like, "What horse are you riding today?" I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, here we go." Or give it the old. You're kind of big for a
I was
jockey."
waiting for that one. You're kind of big for a jockey.
That's what I was waiting for. The old. Oh wow, I thought
God.
you were small.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that.
I know. You've had some really nice horses for Mark. You've got the mare, you know, Blue Moon Stride.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah,
so
the last call I got from him was not good.
what was that?
Well, about him selling West Delight.
Yeah, Wes. I know. Yeah.
But he got paid. Oh
They
my
did. He
God.
definitely- I know. He got paid, and
You know.
that's name of the.
But he
game.
called, you know, I mean, him and I, we have a good relationship, and he called me and he was like, hey, man, he goes, you know, he said, I got some bad news. And I was like, all right, because it was right before the jug, you know, like,
You were like, this is gonna.
we're like, if we
we're in the jug.
draw good, like,
Yeah.
we have a good shot at the jug,
Right.
you know? And so he's like, hey, he said,
No, tell me exactly how it went. Hey, mate.
yeah,
I
hey,
got some bad news
hey,
for
mate,
you,
we got some bad news.
You're like, oh, boy.
I was like, all right, yeah, what's going on? He says, well, he said, I sold that West Delight. I'm like,
So immediately I'm thinking, I'm crushed. And what I told him was, listen, that's awesome. I'm happy for him that you can cash out like that. I mean, it sucked because him and Emma really liked that horse.
Right.
I mean, he is a really cool little horse. So like in high school, I used to have this on, like I had like a Walkman, like before soccer games, and I'd be like,
This is like your jam. Sometimes you just need to get pumped up.
yeah, like back when you used to take things like so serious.
Yeah.
Rising up, back on the streets.
Lexington.
Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. So many times it happens too fast. You change your passion for glory. I am the tiger, it's the cream of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival.
Timmy T.
That's
Ride the
good.
tiger. Don't lose that.
Fifth, third
Slow down.
pavilion is over here, which is like a really good spot to go out. Like they've got like a strip of bars and stuff, which is cool. And it's kind of like outside, like when it's warm, everybody likes that kind of outside bouncing around from
Now,
spot
when you
to
come
spot.
back here every year, do you still try to go to the places you went to when you were in college? Do you feel a little? Do you still like you fit in still?
Sometimes, if you were to go to the Keys, say last night, which was Thursday night, which I mean will just be mobbed with college
Wait,
kids.
where's?
But I've been out of college now for 18 years, so I mean, I could be like I could be somebody's dad.
Seems just like yesterday.
You walk in the bar and
You
they're
really
like,
could. You could have
who brought their dad?
You could have a freshman running around there.
Yeah. We'll cut across a couple streets. This is Kentucky Ave.
right.
I actually lived here one point in college. So at our home games were what's called Midnight Mayhem. So our games started at midnight.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. And it was awesome. I actually took Sam McKee. He wanted to go to a game one time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's like 11:30 after the races, and I was like, "Hey man, I looked on the schedule. I said they're playing tonight. You want to go?" He said, "Yeah, let's go." Well, we're playing Louisville, and this has on a red shirt. I'm like, Sam, are you like serious? Can we go to the hotel and change real quick? He's like, what? I like this shirt, So
You're like, no.
yeah, all right. So right here on Kentucky Ave, Henry Glundell, he's there, and like he loves hockey.
He likes hockey, yeah.
He's like, can I go with you guys? So I'm like, sure. Well, guys that I used to play with. So right here, boom.
What's that?
That's one of my old shacks. Did quite a bit of partying there.
Just partying?
Yeah. Yeah, I got punched in the face over here by some guy. One little thing right here. Right in this little area,
Okay.
when Kentucky won the national championship in 1998.
Okay.
Well, in the last couple times, I'm sure it was too. But you can find pictures of that sign and just mobs.
Oh, okay.
Of
This is like
people.
a staple, like
Yeah.
where people are just hanging out.
Yeah.
Because this is where everyone lives, and so they're all
Yep.
just like.
And people just party like hard, right?
Everybody's getting right. No worries, we're rocking all kinds of concoctions in our hands. Yeah, tomorrow can wait till tomorrow. It's all about tonight.
Oh, that's nice.
You know it.
Hey, pretty thing, I've been looking at you since the moment that I walked in. I got some wild ass buddies that love spending money.
Lina's Pub right there. That's the first place I went to with a fake ID.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are really good stories.
Yeah, these are-
I'm really giving you a tour of the campus.
I think you really got around here. You definitely know your way around.
Easy.
No, on your bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my bicycle. So all this is kind of new here. That's the the library,
Okay.
which obviously I spent tons of time in,
Tons.
you know, with for my education.
Yeah.
Right here in this grassy part is where Sigma Chi University, or Sigma Chi fraternity used to be.
And there's just trees there now.
Yep, now it's just trees.
Well,
and
once you
grass.
left, they said, we gotta just
Yeah,
tear it down.
I think they just condemned it after that.
You guys just tore it down and stuff. What's your schedule? Your winter schedule even busy still?
Yeah, so winter I just do Dover Meadowlands, which, I mean, Dover is about 25 minutes south of where we live.
And how many driving titles do you have there?
8. Yep.
That's, you know, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, I have good accounts to drive for there. You know, Dylan Davis has been he's been the leading trainer there for probably the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Hey, do you know Corey Callahan?
No.
Well, he's from here. He went here many years ago, and we just, you know, just trying to get.
Ancient.
He's a little ancient, but we just wanted to say hi to some of the kids on campus. And
Oh, yeah. Hey.
how do you like going here?
Yeah.
Corey, you liked
a
going
good
here
spot.
too, didn't you? He played ice hockey here.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been to any of the games?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Are they still at midnight?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You
I've
know.
been meaning to make it out to one. I just fall asleep way too early now.
Oh, come on, man.
'Cause he actually probably he does schoolwork here, Corey.
Oh, well, that's good. He gave me the wink.
All right, Heimel.
Thanks, man. Nice meeting you.
What was your favorite food when you were here? Like, what was your jam? Like, when you were like, oh, I gotta eat. Was it pizza? Was it wings?
Like when you're a poor college kid, you just have ramen noodles. And my mom would send me like huge boxes, like care packages of stuff, you know, and you know, and plus you had like the meal card.
So, tell us how you got into being a driver. Because it wasn't, I mean, I know your family's been in harness racing, right?
Yeah, so I grew up on a horse farm.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, as a kid, like, I just wanted to be like a normal kid that had to, you know, take the trash out or like mow the lawn from time to time. But, you know, I had to clean stalls and feed the horses and sweep the barn. And
You're like, I really don't like this.
yeah, you know, and it was a lot of work. So my parents always pushed like, you're going to college, and you know, all the kids that I grew up with, like, everybody was going to college, you know.
Right.
So I said, well, that, you know, that's what I'm going to do. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like, it kind of reminds me of that Thomas Rhett song, like, majoring in undecided. Like,
Majored in undecided.
yeah, majored in undecided. But, you know, so I came here and I got a degree in marketing and took a job in Annapolis, Maryland for a company called Spherion, and I worked there as a headhunter. Kind of like you, owned a couple horses here and there, and I had a pretty sweet deal with my dad. He was like, listen, I won't really charge you a training bill, he said, but you just gotta come and like paddock the horse. I'm like, yeah, sure.
That's kind of what I do too. I just like show up and paddock.
Yeah. So I'd come and I'd paddock the horse and this and that.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. And then like one night he was like, man, I'm not feeling good. He said, can you warm this horse up? I'm like, what?
You're like, wait a minute. That's
Can
going
I
to be an
do
extra
what?
25. I mean, that's, you know.
You know, and I'm like 25 at the time,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So I put all this stuff on there and I'd go out there and I warmed up to the race bike and he was like, I just jogged around the first time and then he says, go a trip in 225. I mean, I probably only trained.
What did you think you actually ended up going that day? You either went
I went
240
212.
or 212. I was going to say you like completely overshot it.
I would say as drivers, like, we're junkies, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we're like speed junkies and you know, even like wins, like Cat Manzi always said, he goes, I'm one win away from happiness. And he's right. Like, if you get in a slump, you're just like, oh my God, I cannot win a race.
And then you
win one and you're just like, oh, yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
back.
You're like, I can do it. I can do it, right?
Yeah. You sat behind Golden Receiver.
I did. That was fun. That was really fun.
He was a cool horse.
He was.
Powerful horse. And just to have a horse like him, like where, you know, those horses that can cross over so quick, like you stick them on the gate.
He was cool.
And you just kind of raise the lines up on their butt a little bit and they go.
You know, and it's cool for him too that he's went on to have like a, you know, doing things with like the life after racing. He has a really nice home and has been showing on the, you know, doing horse shows and things. So that's the cool thing that the standard breds are.
He's a cool horse.
I got a ride in Denver tomorrow night. I called the house, but no one answered. For the last 2 truth I just can't see. What's kept the woman holding on this long? And the white line's getting longer, and the saddle's getting cold. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. All the cards are on the table, with no ace left in the hole. Now I'm much too young to feel this damn old.
Before, you know, one thing about being back here in Lexington, you know, it's so hard. I know Sam was very special to you, me, all of us, you know, but it's hard. It's hard being here and not hearing him. You know, Gabe Pruitt does a great job, but just that iconic voice of Sam. And you guys always had a special connection because of Kentucky, and, you know, it's how's it been, you know?
Yeah.
Sam.
You know, and especially this year, I mean, with our football team being so good, I mean, we're 5-0 now, like, he would be, like,
And we haven't even gotten into basketball season.
pumped right now.
And then basketball season like a whole nother thing.
But, you know, I mean, his wife, Chris, and I have kind of kept that going on. You know, like when they're doing well, like, her and I will be texting back and forth. So, you know.
So you got to keep a little bit of a piece of it.
Yeah. It's like, it's a good way for, like, you know, the two of us to connect, like, through Sam, you know?
What is your favorite Sam McKee memory?
The memory that always comes to mind when I think of Sam is, like I said, when we went to the hockey game, and we showed up there, and the line was like, I mean, it was, so the door, it was like out to the road. So we're standing in the back of the line, and I see this lady come out, and she's like counting people. So I'm thinking, man, we're not going to get in. You know, so the lady's counting, and I was like, excuse me, miss. I said, you know, I looks like there's a bit of a line here. I said, I've got some people from out of town that I want to take to the game. I said, I used to play here. I'm alumni. And she goes, well, why didn't you say so? So we go right to the front of the line, get in, you know, like we got good seats.
But Sam was probably like,
yeah.
Thank you.
So Sam's thing is, he always goes, I go to this game with Corey. We're at the back of the line. This lady comes in. All Corey does, he goes, just tell him who you are. Just tell him who you are.
We're Callahan. The captain. We're Callahan.
Yeah. So that was funny. He loved that story. He was, you know, like a good supporter for me too. I know one year Hate Hollywood was interviewing me there, and he said, how would you rate your year? And I was like, you know, there were some highs and lows. I'd give it like a B-. I walked into the locker room. I immediately had a text from Sam that said, I'd give you an A, at least an A.
At least an A.
You know?
Oh. How about this coming on? Sam.
This is a good one.
This was his jam. This was Sam's jam.
Oh, yeah. He was country.
No, they said he used to come into the office in the middle and sing the song.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be
Drivers.
Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks.
And horses.
Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Because they never stay home.
'Cause they never stay home and they're always alone. Even with someone they love.
He had something to do with
I did hear him. Sammy?
He said, Corey, things are going to get a little western.
I loved it when he would say that.
Well, that was his line.
Things are going to get a little western.
When I was here 10 years ago, none of this stuff was here.
No, this is all
This
right.
is really built up. This was Tattersalls, right? This was like, remember,
Yes.
that's like this section of where everything was. So, wow.
Going to
Oh, we're going to go by Two Keys.
Two
This is the
Keys
bar.
Tavern.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's a tavern.
Which is, Two Keys Tavern. Which
And
has
you've
been
had some
here.
memories there?
Oh, I have some great memories from there.
Oh, here's the
Here's
Two
Two Keys Tavern right there. It's a mainstay. Do they have like a date established on it? It just says the world famous.
World famous.
Hey, there's the paddock.
The paddock.
I've actually never been there.
So have you been to Two Keys?
This is a good spot here too. Tin roof. They have live music there.
Is there a good camaraderie amongst you guys though?
I'm like a kind of an easygoing guy, so you know I don't.
Returning here.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't. You know, if things happen on the racetrack, like it happens on the racetrack. You know, I mean, I grew up playing sports, so I mean, like, you know, like I said, when we were in Ohio State,
Yeah.
we like, it was like a team fight. And then we went to their house and partied afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of me. Like, what happens on the track, like, you leave it on the track. We're competitors on the racetrack. Like, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Like, I'm just trying to help myself.
But you want to win. You want to win every race you're in.
So, you know, I mean, that's kind of, you know, one of the things that people just need to kind of, like, get over. Like, if you
guys want to win.
Yeah, everybody's out there to win. Like when this comes on in a bar, like you just know it's like on. Like everybody storms to the dance floor.
It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. There's shadows searching in the night.
Now, what do you think like about retiring? Like, do you have like a game plan?
One day, like, I'd like to retire like in a college town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you?
Because
here?
you'd always have Saturdays to look forward to.
Yeah, I can see that.
60, you know, I guess that kind of seems like the end game.
Right.
Maybe. You know, I'm 40 now, so I've still got 20 years to plug away.
Wow. If you had to say your least favorite thing about being a driver, a full-time driver, what is it? The weather, or just being on the road, or what do you think?
My least favorite thing would just be, you know, not really being able to create your own schedule. You know, I mean, we have friends or whatever, and they're like, hey, we're going to plan, you know, vacation like this week, so to speak. And the immediate thing I do is go on the USDA stakes calendar, and I'm like, can't do it. I got such and such, you know. So, you know, but that's what you have to do. Like, you have to be readily available. Yeah, so I, you know, was elected last year. I took over Doc Moffitt's spot, and there's other drivers there, you know, like Jeff Gregory and Jordan Stratton from his district. But it is, you know, it's nice to be able to be there and be involved, you know, with a lot of the things that are going on. Like the microchipping, I thought was really cool. I mean, all the horses are going to be microchipped.
No, that's fantastic.
Starting in 2019, which is awesome because they have that, you know, like the little box or whatever. You can walk through your shed row and take the horse's temperatures.
Yeah, the temperature thing is really,
You know,
that's something
which is going to be a huge asset for a lot of these trainers.
We've been proud of that too. You know, TC Lane and his team worked really hard on that, and it's, I think it's really going to be great.
And a lot of the rules and stuff that they vote on, like, it's nice to have drivers there so, you know, we can get our input into, you know, some of the rules that they're trying to pass. You know, I mean, it could be something that is very negative and tough for us. So, you know, they get to see, like, our side of it, as opposed to just, you know, an executive's decision. Hey, buddy!
Hey!
What are you doing?
Oh, hey, Yannick! What's going on?
Walking.
Nice to see you, just walking around. What are you, just like putting in some laps before you
Yeah, I
you
gotta
race
lose
today?
a little weight, you know, so I walk to the barn and back a couple times a day.
Corey was talking, he was like, when we were driving around, so he's been helping me today, you know, I didn't want to get lost in Lexington. He was talking a little trash about you.
Oh, he always does.
What?
You were.
Yeah.
He said
I guess
that,
it'll come out on film later.
Yeah. Give me a reason to watch it, I guess, right?
We
But
said,
believe me, if I get in the car, I'd be talking trash on him.
no,
too.
we said if
worries.
we had to send in one of our own to go ride at Keeneland today, you'd probably be the one.
Hell no. I'm scared to death on top of one.
You know, we cut it a little close. And
Yeah, we did
thank
cut
you.
it
Get that
close.
program.
All right, you got it.
Thanks, Corey.
Thanks. I'll see you later tonight.
See you later. Bye.